Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Hammel Outdoors. Today the video is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones, rather just strictly fishing. We're fishing the backwater of Lake Minnetonka right now. This is my buddy Hunter.
Right there.
You've seen him in previous videos, but yeah, so we're just going to talk about, what do you look for going out to a lake. I've talked a little bit about you guys, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth, typical ice fisherman courtesy, about shacks and such like that, and just kind of me and Hunter are going to tell a little bit of stories between the both of us, and yeah, just have a fun day out here on the water. Try to catch a little bit of fish for you guys, so I'll mix that in, and yeah. So alright guys, so a couple of people have messaged me on Instagram, and have also asked me in person, Carson, what do you do when you go out to a new lake such as Minnetonka here? I've never fished this lake before. I just heard, and I don't know, there is some panfish in it. You might catch some. You might catch a little bit of walleyes. You might catch a little bit of pike. Catch a little bit of everything. And so generally, what I do, I have usually two plans of attack. One is the one I do most commonly is go onto this app called Navionics. I've talked about it to you guys in the past on my channel. That essentially what it just shows depth. I'm sure most anglers by now know what it is. So yeah, I go on that app, but if you do not have access to, say, Navionics or a sonar with GPS such as the Garmin, the Helix, I believe Markham has some models that have the GPS. You can also go onto Google Maps. Ice fishing, it works kind of, if that makes sense. I use it more for summertime. When I'm out in the bass boat, you can kind of tell the steep breaks with the different colors of water. Obviously the lighter blue is going to be more shallow, deeper blue is going to be more dark, or you can kind of tell where the, like I said, the steep breaks are, or just the islands or such, just kind of contours. Also, I use it quite a bit to check where the axes are, the public boat axes. Pretty decent. So yeah, that's my two plans of attacks when I go out and find a new lake. Is you look for them steep breaks, you look for them corners where it kind of goes from a shallow break to a deeper break, points, submerged islands, deep holes, depends on what you're fishing for. So yeah, that's my answer to that question there.
Hooked up here. Oh.
What the heck do I have? Oh, I do have.
Hunter, hold on.
No.
You're hooked on a fish that I just caught. Okay, I guess this fish decided to get me and Hunter both. Or did you just get tangled?
I guess I just got tangled or something.
Okay, well, alright. Well, yep, this is the fish I caught. Not very big. I'll get this mess figured out and talk to you guys later.
So those of you who choose to run a Vexilar or don't want to pay for the subscription to Navionics, or don't have a sonar with GPS on it, another good efficient way to find fish is obviously you'll go out in a lake and see a bunch of shacks if it's a popular lake, or just about any lake now when they can get wheelhouses out. And it doesn't matter if it's wheelhouses, portables, just go out and find the crowd, But also you got to keep in mind is just keep your distance away from them. Nobody, me and Hunter can both agree that nobody likes anybody sitting right on top of them, especially when they're catching fish. That's a big buzzkill for me on a good day when you're out just absolutely just hammering fish. When someone just comes and sets up, 20 feet away from you. Now, if you're 100 feet, 50 feet, I say, what do you think, about 50 feet?
Yeah, about that.
I mean, there was a backwater that me and Hunter both fished. I filmed a video on it a couple weeks back. The fish only kind of go up the one channel in the same pass. So on instances like that, it's like, yeah, okay, that's fair. You guys can set up a little bit closer. But, like when you're in a big lake such as Minnetonka, Mille Lacs, Lake of the Woods, even Billsby, just keep your courtesy, don't sit right on top of each other, and everybody will be happy. So yeah, just always keep that in mind when you're out in the water. Everybody's out here to have a good day, but that's a really big, I'll probably never go out and say anything to anybody, but it just kind of aggravates me a little bit when people will come out and set up right on top of you. So yeah, just always keep that in mind, guys.
Hooked up here on the jigging. Oh, wow. So folks, this is what we've been dealing with all day. So yeah, not too overly huge, but hopefully it'll become big someday.
So yeah, today, me and Hunter have been moving around trying to find fish. I've been looking at my Garmin constantly, trying to find breaks, trying to find, places where I think fish will be. Or today we've been targeting crappies, but, hasn't turned out. But hey, that's fishing, they call it fishing, not catching.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's been a really tough day today out on the Minnetonka here, but yeah, this lake has a lot of hard pressure on it. You know, a lot of anglers out here today. You know, it's Sunday today, so everybody wants to go out and ice fish, which is great. I love when people are new to the sport and want to come out fishing. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Lakes do get pressure, especially mid-season of ice season this every year. So yeah, it's good to get out. But
yesterday was a rough day out on Bills Bay. So got the shack set up, drilled holes, everything's down, banked in my shack, and then forgot bait. So ran back into town. Literally not even 20 minutes later after I got back, my Markham die's in the shack. So I'm sitting there without a Markham, went up to go grab it, and all of a sudden my phone went down the hole. Fell out of my pocket. I have a pocket right up here on my coat, and
so remember, folks,
yeah.
any valuable pieces of equipment, no matter if it's ice rods, phones, you know, anything, just make sure you keep it away from the ice hole. You know, I got this Otter Sidekick here. I always make sure I leave my phone in it. You know, I have a good habit of that. Mason, my buddy, on the other hand, has a bad habit of keeping it right on his hip. You know, and you have a big fish come up the hole and you go to grab it. You stand up and your phone goes down the hole. Luckily, I've never had that problem, or yet at least. Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen.
It sucks. It ruins your whole day of fishing. That's for sure. So.
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen to me at some point, but you know, it is what it is. Got to stay positive, I guess. But yeah, always make sure your phone is in your pocket or in a safe place, such as on a console, or just not in a place where it could fall down the hole. So just keep that in mind too when you have a Vexlar. You know, obviously he's fishing. I got an 8-inch hole here, but obviously with the 10, you know, they're pretty big holes. But Vexlar, you know, they're a little bit smaller profile. They could possibly, slip down the hole if you know, the ice has a little bit of water on it. It gets pretty slick. So, you know, just always keep a good mind out of that.
Yep.
Just be careful out there, guys, especially this year. The ice is a little bit hairy, but, you know, it's just, I think it's the last day of January, actually. It's 31st today.
Yep.
So, yeah, getting towards the later ice season. But, yeah, I would say most of the lakes are pretty, everybody's out driving. I just take my 4-wheeler because my diesel, you know, just weighs a little bit more than your average pickup. So I always bring my 4-wheeler just to be safe, but always remember, no ice is ever safe.
All right, just caught our target species right here, first one of the night. Been out here, for 5 hours, and we've only been catching a bunch of sunnies around that 6-inch range.
Well, start of the day we caught about perch. They're all about this big. So yeah, that's what we're after. Hopefully they get a little bigger, and
just a little one.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Right there, first one of the night.
Hopefully many more to come, but we'll see.
Yep.
Got him. Nope.
Oh,
not a crappie. Look at that hook placement. Just hooked on the outside of his face. Thought it was a crappie. Definitely not a crappie. See you later, little buddy. Alright guys, so today obviously didn't go as planned, you know, didn't catch a whole lot of fish, but hey, managed to get on a few, didn't completely skunked. So give you guys a couple more tips about how to find fish, and just remember, always got to follow them contours and find the fish. And yeah, please subscribe to my YouTube. It really helps me get my name out. And yeah, share, like my videos, comment if you want to, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one.